Hi, everybody, and welcome to Espanola High School. And this is Gene Martinson along with my buddy Mike Mays, and we are here at Espanola in this district contest between the Los Alamos High School Hilltoppers and the Espanola Valley Sun Devils. And here in the beautiful Espanola Valley today, it's a beautiful day. The temperature is just about right. There's not a cloud in the sky, Mike. It's just nothing but blue skies, and the Hilltoppers coming into this ball game today, and so they have been struggling a little bit, but coming into the ball game right now, they're 3-9 overall, and they are 2-3 in district play. Espanola is 8-6 overall, and they are 3-3 in district play. So tell me, Mike, what do you expect to happen here this morning?
Well, good morning, afternoon, everybody. So the Sun Devils, like Gene said, coming in with a record of 8 wins and 6 losses. They actually started off the season, Gene, 4-1, but have been actually playing under 500 since that time. They did win their last two, however, including a 15-2 victory over Moriarty. The Pinto's been struggling this season, so kind of pulling up the rear in district. The Toppers, meanwhile, 2-3 in district. They have 2 wins over Moriarty, but they dropped their first game against the Sun Devils, and that score was 14-6. That was on May the 19th.
So we are ready to go, and the first batter for Los Alamos will be the designated hitter, and that is Rachel Norman. She'll be followed by Danny Bajorquez and then Edwina Martinez. And the cleanup hitter for Los Alamos is Riley Hernandez. But right now at the plate, Rachel Norman's ball 2. Now is the strike. Are they going to use the scoreboard? No, nobody likes the scoreboards.
No, the scoreboard has been it's just there.
Went down to Milwaukee. They had a big, huge scoreboard the other day. They didn't use it. This one is going to be outside. That should make it ball 3. That's right. 3-0 is the count to Rachel Norman, the leadoff batter for Los Alamos and the designated hitter. Left-handed batter. She's ready for the 3-0 pitch. This one's high. So she draws a walk to start things off right away for Los Alamos.
Yep, 4 straight balls to start the game, Gene, and really none of those were particularly close to the strike zone.
No,
that last one about eye high there for Norman.
Yeah, she does first 4 pitches, never even came close to the plate. Danny Bajorquez, the center fielder for Los Alamos, is now at the plate. She is a right-handed batter, batting in the number 2 position. Takes the first pitch and a foul down the right field line. So we have a runner on first as Rachel Norman walked, and then Danny Bajorquez, the center fielder, now up for Los Alamos. And I guess, well, they threw the ball in, and we used to say in volleyball, roll the ball instead of throwing it. Anyway, they overthrew the infield, and they had to chase the ball down. So we're ready to go here once again at Danny Bajorquez, and strike 2 as she fouls it off again. So she's swinging a little early, Mike.
Yeah, a little bit. That pitch from Hernandez actually ran inside a little bit on her. That was more of a defensive swing, I think, than anything.
Yeah, she barely got a hold of it. And so here comes the 0-2 pitch. They're going to try to steal second, and she's safe. Boy, and that was close, Mike. Rachel Norman, the designated hitter for Los Alamos, who drew a walk, decides to try to steal second base, and she got down there, but a great throw that time from Marissa Abeda, the catcher for Espanola.
That didn't look like it was going to be real close when it crossed the plate. It looked like Norman had a really good jump. That was a very strong throw. Really, really close play at second.
And so called out on strikes is Danny Bajorquez. And Los Alamos with a runner on second here. We're in the top of the first inning. And Edwina Martinez will come to the plate for Los Alamos. She is the third baseman. And she has a runner in scoring position right now. Rachel Norman. And so a single for Los Alamos. And this ball gets away from the catcher and starting to run Rachel Norman. But, boy, Marissa Abeda, boy, she hustled after that ball. And I think I'm not sure if Rachel realize that last time what kind of an arm she has, because she obviously has a fantastic arm. So, boy, nice pitch. Wow. That was a meatball. That was a 3-0 pitch. So the count now is 1-1 to Edwina, and then Riley Hernandez, the shortstop, is up for Los Alamos. It would be up next. This one's fouled off by Edwina. So it's a nice day down here, but it is warm.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very, very warm today. This is actually the first game of a doubleheader here. And that second game's going to be really toasty, G.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that game's supposed to start at 12. And, boy, I mean, looking at the way it is here at 10 o'clock, that's going to be a toughie. So, and this pitch is just a little low, actually. And I think the count probably, let's see, what is it?
It is now a full count. The scoreboard by complete accident is correct.
Oh.
Just so happens to be
and
correct.
Swing and miss.
Good fastball there. Right around the belt, but it looked like it had some inside breaking action late, and swing and a miss. Very nice pitch.
And now for Los Alamos, here comes the cleanup hitter. The Hilltopper still with that runner on second base. Riley Hernandez, the shortstop, comes to the plate for Los Alamos. And the Hilltoppers, there's a nice fastball right down the middle. And another meatball. Riley decides that she doesn't like meatballs. So she decides to just...
She's a vegan, actually, from what I heard.
Swing and miss. So 0-2 to the cleanup hitter for Los Alamos. And right now, Rachel Norman, who drew the walk to start things off on 4 straight pitches, is still standing down there on second base. Swing and miss.
Oh, wow, rise ball there. That really, it looked like that was going to be about belt high when it came in, and it jumped up a little bit. That was a great pitch.
Yeah, it really was. And so anyway, so Ashley Osakeda, the pitcher for Espanola, walked the first batter, Rachel Norman, who ended up stealing second, and then the next 3 batters all strikeouts. Mike.
Yeah, good comeback after the initial not that great at bat, but Osaheda found her mark and had some really nice pitches there in the top of the first. So we move over to the bottom of the first, Gene. So getting the nod for the Toppers today on the mound is Catherine Pasulka. She is junior, and Toppers with a few lineup changes, interestingly, from their last game against
Moriarty.
Against Moriarty and against the Sun Devils. Like we said earlier, Sun Devils won that game on May the 19th. That was in White Rock, and that game was 14-6. And in that ball game, the Sun Devils came up, Gene, with 18 hits.
Wow.
That is a lot of hits. 18 hits, including 3 doubles and a triple.
Wow.
And Ashley Osageda went 4 for 5 in that ball game for the Sun Devils. She had a double, and she scored 4 times. And Trinity Ortega also 4 for 5. She knocked in 3 runs in that ball game. So the Sun Devils do have some offensive firepower. Toppers are going to have to be aware of in this ball game.
Well, they'll start things off with Marissa Abeda. She's the catcher, and she'll be followed by the shortstop, Camille Hernandez. Ashley Osakeda, the pitcher, Mike was just talking about what a power hitter she is, and she'll be up third. And then the cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Trinity Ortega. Then on the mound for Los Alamos right now is Catherine Pasulka, and behind the plate, Sarah Franca-Duke. And the first pitch from Catherine, or Cat, I guess they call her Cat or Katie, but anyway, that was a ball. This one is going to be high, so that's going to make it ball 2. So we're in the bottom of the first inning, and 0-0 ball game as we're just getting things started here in Espanola. And there's a nice little breeze. That feels good. And so, but left-handed pitcher is Catherine. And this one, I think right now we're at ball 3. Is that scoreboard working?
That is correct. 3-0 the count.
Oh, my heavens, it is working.
So Pasulka little bit having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone here against Abeda, and that one's going to be low and outside for ball 4. So as the Toppers did in the first inning, the leadoff batter draws a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, deja vu all over again.
So we'll see if Catherine can bounce back the same way that Camille Hernandez did in that first inning.
Yeah, now Camille Hernandez is at the plate, and so this ball going to get the ball is way wide, and so chasing it down, Sarah Franco Duke. But anyway, an easy steal. I don't know if you want to call it a steal. A pass ball. Marissa Beta goes down to second base. So they have a runner in scoring position, just the same as Los Alamos. And so here now is a high fly ball. And
that's going to drop right behind second base. Nobody could get to it.
I don't. How did nobody catch that?
I'm not sure. I mean, it was really both Riley Hernandez and Katrina Sanchez right there, and even the center fielder coming in, and nobody got there, just right on the edge of the grass, right behind second base. Marissa unable to advance on that. It really didn't go anywhere, but it does fall for a hit.
Well, I just thought they had that covered perfectly. I was just waiting for one of them. It was just going to come down right in their glove, and they just dropped in between them. And there's another high fly ball that's going to come to the pitcher. And that's an infield out, right?
Yes, that is
infield fly rule.
But
so she's automatically out anyway.
Yeah, she is out. Pasulka actually makes the catch and makes it official, but that is the first out of this first inning. Runners on first and second. No score, and Gene, who do we have up here?
Trinity Ortega.
She had a big showing against the Toppers in that first ball game.
Well, at least they got past Ashley Osakeda. She's a booming hitter, but that looked awfully good.
Ooh, boy, very close.
Wow. So strike a ball right at the knees. Should have been a strike. 2-0 is the count. And this one almost gets away from the catcher, Sarah Franca Duke. And it's Franco, not Franca, Franco Duke. Anyway, so the runners hold. They're still at first and second. And the count right now is going to be ball 4. So we have loaded the bases to start the bottom of the first inning. 1 out, and everybody on.
That's going to bring Jordan Torres to the plate. Torres is the center fielder, and big opportunity here for the Sun Devils. Pasuka's going to have to find a way to get an out, and that one, that first pitch way outside for a ball.
Yeah, and she can't afford to walk anybody, of course.
No place to put her.
Yeah, there is no. So Catherine under a lot of trouble right now to begin with. There's one away, but the bases are loaded, and the next pitch is a ball. It's going to be low and outside. And so right now, standing down on third base is Marissa Abeta and Camille Hernandez, the shortstop. She's down at second base, and then Trinity Ortega, who just drew the walk, is standing over on first, and Jordan Torres, of course, is at the plate. Ball 3.
Oh, boy.
So 3-0.
So I know you'd give her the green light here.
Well, I'd let her. I would let her. This is going to be a meatball. right down the middle. You got the bases loaded. Give her the green light, and she whack a home run. Swing at it. Oh,
Ooh, just off the plate, and that is going to force home a walk. 4-pitch walk that is going to bring Marissa Abeta to the plate, and first run of the ball game there for the Sun Devils. So they draw first blood, as we're going to get a pitcher catcher conference. And
yeah, she's giving her some advice. You need to throw more strikes.
that's that's why you coach people up.
That's
Just
right.
throw strikes. Don't get people out. That's the kind of coaching you need,
You
Gene.
throw strikes, get 3 outs.
And I think
we
we
got
have
a new
coaching
pitcher.
change or a pitching change here.
Yes, we do. Right off the bat.
Wow. So I believe that is Michaela Guillen coming in for the Toppers.
Okay, so new pitcher already. So Michaela Guillen, let me make that change here. So it's Guillen, isn't it?
Yes, Michaela Guillen is in. She is an 8th grader. Yeah. And seen her a little bit this season, and she's shown quite a bit of promise, actually. She's going to be a very, very good ball player before she's done. But 8th grader coming in here, so we'll see what Michaela brings. And do we have a catching change as well, or was that mine? I believe we did. I believe we did. Now we have Rachel Norman behind the plate.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So she's going to replace Sarah Franco Duke, and
so
since Sarah's a DH, I think that means Sarah's out of the ball game. I don't think she can come back in.
Oh yeah, that's right. And so, yeah, and so we have that's interesting, Mike. We have a complete battery change. Oh, by the way, they had the manager, or Mike likes to call them managers. I call them head coaches. Health coach for Los Alamos is Stephanie Abney, and Espanola is Robert Garcia, and Stephanie is no relation to Robert Abney, our ex AD. And so, well, I'll say this: that Michaela comes in and gets a hit on her first pitch as she whacks Estrella Tena in the leg. So everybody advances, and that's going to make it 2-0. Here comes Camille Hernandez across the plate, and now Trinity Ortega is now on third. Jordan Torres is on second, and Estrella Tena is on the base after being hit by the ball. Hey, there's the first strike.
Yep. So, up to bat for the Sun Devils is Savannah Casados. She's a sophomore. And Robert Garcia, the head coach / manager for the Sun Devils, been here a long time. Very solid, very solid coach. Yeah, it's got to be 15 years now, I think.
Yeah, he's a really good guy too.
Yeah, he really is. He absolutely is.
So right now the count is take something off of it. Whoa. Everybody wanted to strike on that one, Mike. Boy, see, I mean,
off-speed pitch that fooled everybody, unfortunately, including the umpire, I think.
I think so too. Yes, 1 ball, 2 strikes now is the count. This is going to be outside. That'll even up the count at 2-2. So right now we're looking at the number 7 batter in the order for Espanola, and they'll be followed by Gracie Bird as the left fielder, and then finally the bottom of the order, Haley Gwynn. And so there is a hard hit out into the outfield. That's going to bring in 2 runs, and then heading to second for the double, and that is Savannah Casados. So she comes up with a double, and that's going to drive in 2 runs. So Trinity Ortega comes in, Jordan Torres comes in, and then Estrella Tena just.
And some good news there for the Toppers, actually able to throw the runner out at third for the second out, but that one straight back up the box. I thought thought for a second it looked like Michaela was going to be able to put a glove on it, but couldn't haul it in. That did get out into short center field, and 2 runs came in. That collision at third base, that results in the second out of the bottom of the first. So 2 down here, runner at second. But 4-0 advantage now for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, things aren't starting off very well here for Los Alamos, and the batter right now is Gracie Bird. She's the left fielder, and so 4 runs have come in, or 2 outs on that play at third when they caught Australia Tena at third on that collision, and then Gracie Bird now is at the plate, and the runner on second base. Boy, nice pitch, nice ball, little half speed pitch, not an off speed, but boy, right at the knees, perfect pitch, and there's a ground ball. Well, I thought it was going to be played by the third baseman coming over and trying to scoop it up that time was Edwina Martinez. I thought she was going to have an easy play. It wasn't that hard a grounder heading down toward third base, and she went down, tried to scoop it up, and it just went between her legs. And so then heading over, backing her up that time, of course, was Riley Hernandez. Hernandez picks it up, but there's nothing she can do with it, as Gracie Bird is going to end up on first base. And so Haley Guillen, the number 9 batter, is up. We start things off with a called strike. So runners now on first and third. And I would think maybe they would send Gracie, I would think, down to second. Ground ball back to the pitcher, an easy throw over to first. And so goes right back now to Michaela Guillen, and she just heads it right over to Onisa, is that Wiki, I think. Onessa Wiki. And so anyway, that retires the side, but they put up 9 batters that time, Mike. And so when they come up again in the bottom of the second, they'll start all over again, top of the order.
So 4-0 ball game here. So early advantage for the Sun Devils. Like we said, the Toppers coming in record of 3-9. Just really not, unfortunately, been able to get on track. This has been such a weird year. It's really hard to gauge, anybody's relative strength or anything. But Toppers do have a fair number. Interesting mix. The Toppers this year on the roster have 0 sophomores. They have, I believe, 5 seniors, a fair number of juniors, and then 2 freshmen and an 8th grader.
Yes.
You don't see that very often. On the flip side, the Sun Devils very, very young, mostly sophomores, and they have 4 8th graders.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing. And let's see what they have, 1 freshman and 2 freshmen, I guess. Wow.
Just not something you see very often. Only 1 senior, that is Haley Guillen. But so the Sun Devils, they're going to be pretty well positioned for a couple of years. It looks like if they can keep up this sort of offense that they've been showing here so far in this season.
Well, we'll start things off with Hallie Warwick, and she is the left fielder for Los Alamos. She'll be followed by Anessa Wiki, and she is the first baseman, and then Sarah Franca Duke. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Sarah Franco Duke.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think she, if I am not mistaken, I don't think she can re-enter the ball game.
So, well, let's see. Rachel Norman was a designated hitter, and she started off at catcher. I'm not sure where. Oh, she's catching now for Los Alamos. She replaced Sarah Franco Duke. And at the plate right now is Hallie Warwick. And so looking out there at the count, Mike, it looks like it's 0-2, yes. So 0-2 is the count. So starting off big right now is Ashley Alcicada. This is going to be high. So that's going to make it 1-2. So nobody on for Los Alamos. This is the first batter, Hallie Warwick, and trying to hang in there right now. It's 1-2. Boy, Boy, beautiful pitch. Wow. Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
inside.
And then you hear that little good old thing from the crowd. Good eye, good eye,
Good eye.
good eye.
Good eye.
Boy, that was a strike right down the middle.
That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes.
It really was. 2-2 is the count. Fouled off against the screen. Thank God for the screen.
It's a good thing that was here. We might be off the air right now if it wasn't. So.
Would have hit me in the nose. So, anyway, Holly Warwick still at the plate, the left fielder, and the count is even at 2-2. So, and this one, boy, she started to go for it. Boy, she wanted it to, and so they're
going to peel down the first.
She
did check her swing, and so full count now, going from 0-2 to full count. But she thought about that pitch.
Yeah, she wanted that one. This is going to be high and outside. She started to go for it, and she decided to pull back, and the swing never did get even close to the plate. But of course, the catcher very wisely, Marissa Betas, said, "Let's check with the first base umpire." First base umpire said, "Nope, no problemo on the swing." So we have a runner on first again. So we start off this inning same way we started off the first inning. There's the bunt that's going to go right down to the pitcher. They're going to play it at first. And so a nice sacrifice bunt that time. Boy, beautiful bunt by Onessa Wiki. And the first pitch, and she just a little sacrifice bunt, and that down to the pitcher. And so that moves Hallie Warwick in scoring position. And now coming to the plate should be Sarah Franco Duke. Oh,
let's see. So that is in fact Sarah. So
yes, it is. So Sarah.
I guess we'll see what all happened.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. So.
Wow, another very, very close pitch. And,
yes.
But
wow. I thought Sherry was going to give us a Leslie Nielsen on that one, but anyway, swing and miss.
1-2 the count now to Sarah Franco Duke, who started off behind the plate. Now I'm not entirely sure where she is, but she is not catching anymore. I can tell you that.
Okay, this one's going to be high and outside. So right now we have one out. Runner on second base at Holly Warwick, as she got bunted down to second base by Onessa Wiki. And now Sarah Franco Duke trying to bring her home if she can. So 4-0 ball game. Espanola up right now. Swing and miss by Sarah. She swings out. So that makes it 2 away. And now that will bring up Izzy Madison. And Izzy is the right fielder for Los Alamos. And she is... Izzy right now is the number 8 batter in the order for Los Alamos, but there are 2 outs right now and still a runner on second base. Hilltoppers had put runners on base and not been able to bring them home. And a little inside pitch, but that she swings at it. Boy, and I mean that you're not going to hit those kind. You're lucky you don't hit it with your hands.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That had knuckle written all over it. So.
Yeah, it certainly did. So what's the rule, Mike? If it hits your hand, you're holding the bat. Is that still a hit pitch?
It depends on whether or not you were in the umpire's judgment. You were attempting to swing at it.
Okay. And this is fouled off, a foul tip.
Which I've never understood, Gene, because. If the pitcher throws a pitch, you make no attempt to swing and it hits your bat, that is considered, that's a foul ball, or if it happens to go in the field of play. But if it hits you in the hands, that's considered a hit by pitch. So I've never understood that rule.
So Izzy Madison takes that third strike, takes a cut at it, and swing and miss. So deja vu all over again, just like I said. Walk the first batter and then retire the next 3. Of course, they did have a sacrifice bunt in there, so Hilltoppers did give up 1 out, and then followed then by 2 more strikeouts. So right now, the pitcher for Espanola, Ashley Aceda, and right back Mike, she's got 6 strikeouts. No, so 5 strikeouts. 5 strikeouts. And right now it's still a 4-0 ball game. And Espanola will come up here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And Hilltoppers, when they come back up, they'll be at the bottom of the order to start things off. But right now we're going to move around to the bottom of the 2nd inning with Espanola already leading 4-0. And we're going to start. They put up everybody, Mike. Last inning, they don't have a designated hitter, so they put up everybody who's out on the field, all 9 of them. So they're now going to start all over again, top of the order. That's going to be Marissa Beta, and she is the catcher. And a nice day here. And I want to say hi to Yolanda in Florida, in the beautiful Tampa Bay area. My dear friend Yolanda tuning into Los Alamos High School sports. Grew up in Albuquerque.
Hanging out in Tampa. That's you can do a lot worse than that. That's for sure.
Well, she's actually in Largo, which is like all a part of that whole metropolis or whatever you want to call it out there. But we're ready to go here, and we'll start off with Marissa Beta. She'll followed by Camille Hernandez and then Ashley Aceda. And Marissa started things off in the top of the 1st inning, in the bottom of the 1st inning, with a walk. But now she's going to face a new pitcher. And the 8th grader, boy, nice pitch. Fastball in the outside corner, Mike. And that was that was just absolutely perfect.
Very well placed right at the knees. Nice pitch.
And she'll be followed by Camille Hernandez. Well, whoa.
Oh, boy.
She took a lot off of that one.
That is about as off speed as you can get and still get it to the plate. That was.
And Marissa Beta looking all the way. So this one is going to be a fastball outside. So the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Espanola leading 4-0 over Los Alamos. So they've already had a pitching change for the Hilltoppers as they brought in the 8th grader in the middle of the inning. There's a fly ball out into right field. It's going to go foul. And so that the count's just going to stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Marissa. So right now, Michaela Guillen doing everything she can to get that first out. Swing and miss.
Another nice pitch, very similar to the first strike she threw, Jean, and good fastball right on the outside corner.
Yeah,
and Marissa could not catch up to it. So nice pitch to retire tough leadoff hitter.
And now we have the shortstop, Camille Hernandez, and she had a single first time she was up. And there's right at the knees, fastball at the knees, and that's going to be strike 1. So Camille got on base, and then that was followed by a couple of walks. Let's see, I think Camille was she the one that put that high fly ball into second base? There's a one bouncer back to Michaela Guillen, and she just grabs it with her bare hand. She didn't even bother to stick her glove out. That hard one hopper, and it was going to her right, so she just reached out and popped it with her bare hand and then turned around and threw it to first. So Camille grounds out to the pitcher. So there's 2 away. So 2 up and 2 down.
I've never thought gloves were really that important in base in softball, Gene.
Well, apparently Michaela agrees with you there. Nice pitch that time by Michaela, but a little bit low. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Espanola leading 4-0. And Ashley Osakeda, very, very good hitter for Los Alamos. And so.
And 2-0 the count here to Camille. Camille, right-handed batter, and her first time up, hit a infield fly there. That one bounces over to short. That one is picked up at short by Riley Hernandez. Throws across the diamond in plenty of time, and that will retire the side in order. So 1-2-3 inning for Michaela Guillen, and score remains 4-0 in favor of the Sun Devils as we head over to the top of the third inning. And nice, good inning for Los Alamos after a rough start to this ball game.
Yeah, they had a lot of trouble in that first inning, and then they finally we started off with the pitcher and started off with Catherine Pasulka. She just was having a lot. Catherine was having a lot of trouble with the getting the pitch across the plate, so they finally decided to bring in Michaela Guillen, and so Guillen comes in, and she's done a really good job since then, and so she just now retired all 3 of the first batters, so the top of the order for Espanola, and she took good care of them, and so now Los Alamos will be up here in the top of the third inning, and trailing in this ball game 4-0, and so far both innings have been the same, Mike. They start things off with a walk, and then the next 3 batters are retired, and so that's been the exact same thing for innings 1 and innings 2. So we'll see what starts off here, as we're going to go with the number 9 batter for Los Alamos, and that's Kat Sanchez. She is the second baseman, or second base person, I guess you'd say. Or second base individual.
Yeah, and then swing around to the top of the order. Rachel Norman is on the on-deck circle, so maybe I was mistaken about the designated hitter rule. So the rules are actually different in high school baseball and softball, and they're a little. I can never keep track of the designated hitter.
Yeah, so Kat Sanchez is at the plate, swings and misses on the first pitch. That's going to make it strike 1. So 4-0 ball game right now. The Hilltoppers have not been able to get much going. They have put 2 runners on walks, and then stranded both of them at second base. And so Kat Sanchez gets on and moves around the top of the order. Boy, nice looking pitch right around the knees. That's called a ball. So that's now going to make the count to 1 ball, 1 strike here. So Kat Sanchez takes the cut. Now it's going to make it 1-2.
It was actually very similar to the previous pitch. It was called a ball. But
yeah, I know.
Kat offers at it.
Yeah. Whoa! Tried to hit me with that one. So ball goes flying over the catcher's head and right smack into the screen right in front of us. And so that's going to make the count 2. Let's see. It's is it 2-2? Should be 2-2. And so I'm awaiting the pitch right now. Kat Sanchez. This one's going to be high and gets away from the catcher again. So let's see, Mike. That should be full count.
Well, Camille has walked the first 2 batters or the first batter of each inning so far. So she might have gotten a little worried she was going to get off pattern there.
I'm not sure it was 3-2. The umpire says it's 2-2. And so it's
definitely 3-2.
And absolutely.
Because the first ball was. Yes. No, I think he's got 3-2.
So anyway,
I think we're okay.
So the 3-2 pitch. Wow, meatball right down the middle. So since she called out on strikes, so now here we go. Round to the top of the order. Come to the designated hitter, Rachel Norman. And she's batting in place right now of the pitcher. So she's batting in place of the pitcher, Michaela Guillen. And
by the way, Camille, that was her 6th strikeout of this ball game. She's in full command right now.
Yes.
Is not allowed a hit through 2 1/3.
Yeah. So this one's going to be outside. So it's going to make it 2-0. 2-0 is the count right now to Rachel Norman. She's the number 1 batter in the order, and there's 1 out as Kat Sanchez was called out on strikes to start things off. So at least in the last 2 innings, the first and second inning, the first batter walked, but it did go to a 3-2 count. And then Kat decided to watch this beautiful meatball just come right down the middle. Whoa, this one on the outside corner to the left-handed batter.
At
the plate.
Borderline pitch, but Camille gets the call. 2-2 now.
So let's see. Yeah, Rachel Norman at the plate. This one's going to be outside. So that's going to be ball 3, and we got a full count once again. So full count to the designated hitter, Rachel Norman. And that's ball 4. Oh, he gave us a nice Leslie Nielsen on a ball.
Ball?
Awesome. All right. So there's the walk. So Rachel Norman walked in the first. Now she starts, she comes to the plate in the the top of the 3rd inning. She walks again. That's going to bring up Donnie Bajorquez. And Donnie is the center fielder for Los Alamos. And Marissa Obeda, boy, I mean, she caught that ball, and she was up in a hurry. She's not a very big girl, but boy, she was up in a hurry because she thought that Rachel was going to go. But boy, beautiful pitch, fastball, right smack down the middle. I can't understand why our batters. I mean, it's hard enough to get a nice pitch to whack, and why they let those meatballs go by is beyond me. So, whoa, almost got her. It's an inside pitch. So Danny just had to back away from it, and so now that's going to make the count 1-2 to Danny. And now high pitch, 2-2. 4-0 ball game here in Espanola, in the beautiful Espanola Valley. As we sit here under absolute blue skies. There's a few white clouds creeping up over there toward the north. Boy, called strike. Pretty pitch.
Well, that's gonna make things full, I believe. So 3-2 the count. So runner at first here for the Toppers, Gene, and Camille. I don't know. She's thrown a lot of pitch. And she gets the call there. That one right at the knees.
Yeah,
I thought that was a little inside, but she
so
does get the call.
Boy, I'm telling you, no, Danny got the major Leslie Nielsen on that one. Boy, the old umpire came out of there with that. Strike 3.
Oh, the umpire should get like his vacuum cleaner out now and clean up the plate.
Yeah, he really should. And the batter right now is Edwina Martinez. So Danny strikes out, and Edwina Martinez, the third baseman, is up. So we still have that runner on first base, and that is Rachel Norman. She walked. The one thing, Mike, is that there's a swing and miss. But the one thing, Mike, is that so far, even though Los Alamos hasn't scored, and Ashley Cicada has a lot of strikeouts right now, but the thing is, she's throwing a lot of pitches.
Yeah, she really has. And in softball, really unlike baseball, you don't have to worry so much about pitch count. I've seen, um, if you remember Ashley Murhedge several years ago, I saw her throw a game. She threw easily 150 pitches. I frankly don't know how her arm didn't fall off, but through the entire, I think it was an 8-inning ball game, and pitched very well. But that's just pitch count in baseball very, very important. In softball, it doesn't seem to matter so much.
Now, well, you see these double hitters for the same pitcher for both games, and so right now the ball gets away from the catcher, and there's a called strike on the inside corner. But anyway, the ball got away from the catcher, so Rachel Norman now has moved down to second. So in every case, Mike, they've walked the batter. The batter's made it to second, and that's as far as they've gotten. And right now we're sitting here at 2 outs, and swing and miss. And there goes Edwina Martinez, the third baseman, and so she goes down swinging, and so piling up the strikeouts right now is Ashley Osakeda. She had 3 in the first inning and 2 in the second inning, and she got 3 in this inning. Wow,
that's quite a few.
Yeah, so 8 out of the 9 outs were strikeouts, but she put a runner on base every time. So we've gotten every inning we've gotten a runner down to second base. So
yeah, that is true. But Toppers have not been able. Actually, in second inning had a really nice sacrifice bunt. That coming from
Hallie.
Yes, correct. And really,
No, I'm
really,
sorry. Onessa Wiki was
yeah,
the bunt.
Onessa Wiki. Sorry, and really nice sacrifice bunt. So had second base with 1 out, but just couldn't do anything off of Camille. Camille really dug in and struck out the next 2 batters, no problem. So as we head into the bottom of the third, and still on the mound is Michaela Guillen, the 8th grader, who has actually been pretty effective so far, coming in early relief, having to come in the first inning with just 1 out. But has looked pretty sharp so far.
Yeah, she's doing pretty good, actually. So she's Ashley Asakeda, who had all those hits in that first game against Los Alamos, and she retired. She retired her in the first inning on a fly out to the pitcher, and then she grounded out to the shortstop last time she was up. So now we're going to start off with the number 4 batter, the cleanup hitter, and that is Trinity Ortega, and she is the first baseman for the Sun Devils. And she'll be followed by Jordan Torres and then Estrella Tena. So the umpire getting everybody into proper positions, and we're ready to go. Boy, pretty pitch right off the bat. First pitch that she just zings down there to Trinity, and Trinity decides just to take a look at it. Well, these girls are admiring a lot of the pitches today, I must say. And this one's going to be a little high and outside, so I mean they're getting plenty of meatballs, and they're letting, like you say, they're all vegans. Good job. No meatballs for me. That one's going to be low and outside. So, and the count is going to be, let's see, that one's also outside. So it should be ball
1, I believe, or 2 and
I thought it was
2 and
ball
1.
3, but yeah,
3 and 1 the count.
3 and 1 is the count right now. Boy, those little scoreboards are hard to see. They sit right smack in the sun, and the little light bulbs aren't very bright. But 3 and 1 now, so, and There's a ground ball. That's going to go down to the shortstop, Riley Hernandez. She's going to pick it up, scoop it over, and she just gets it over right now to Onisa Wiki, and Onisa makes the catch, and so Trinity Ortega starts things off with a grounding out to the shortstop. So a nice play by Riley Hernandez, the shortstop for Los Alamos. And now Jordan Torres, the center fielder, comes to the plate. There's one out. It's a 4-0 ball game. Hilltoppers down by 4. And then, boy, and I tell you, it looks like Michaela Guillen is, she seems to be really settling in right now, Mike.
Yeah, she really is. She's got. We've seen her throw some really nice breaking stuff, and she's getting things over the edges, which is what you want.
There's a little fly ball out to second base. That's going to drop in, and so that was pretty interesting because the center fielder for Los Alamos, and that's Danny Borges. Boy, she was playing way up. I couldn't believe how far up she was playing out there in center field. I mean, a long hit would be, practically a home run. But it's a nice hit right over second base and drops in. So she gets the single, Jordan Torres, and so she's on first. There's one away, and now Estrella Tena is up, and she actually got hit by the pitch the last time, and then on that double that we had by Savannah Casados, Estrella was at first base, and she decided to try to stretch it to 3. Had a little collision over there, and she got called out.
Yeah, she had a rough first inning. Getting hit by the pitch, and
the throw down to second. That's going to go into the outfield, but good job by Danny Borges to back it up. So, and fairly easy steal that time for Jordan Torres as she goes down to second. There's one away, runner on second base, Estrella Tena at the plate. And like I say, she got hit by the pitch the last time she was up. There's a little curve ball. Nice little curve ball. I mean, probably it curved a little too much outside. But boy, she put some English on that one. So right now it's still a 4-0 ball game here. As the Sun Devils started things off in the top of the 4th, and were pretty successful. Boy, I tell you, I don't know what was going on there with Estrella, but that pitch was a mile outside, and she went for it. In fact, she practically ran across the plate. So
it actually was probably good that she missed it. If she had hit it and touched the plate, she would have been out.
Yes, exactly. Swing and miss on an off-speed pitch.
Boy,
wow!
What an off-speed pitch there, and Tena completely fooled. That was a heck of a pitch.
Yeah, it was that was a beautiful pitch, and just the perfect pitch at the perfect time. Boy, a nice little off-speed pitch, and so right now she's ahead. She's got 2 outs, and so here comes Savannah Casados, and Savannah got a nice double the last time she was up. So 2 away, runner on second base, 4-0 ball game, and this is the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Savannah Casados, so she's the only young lady, and so far, nice pitch. She's the only young lady in the park today to get the extra base hit. Everything else has been singles and walks, and so it hasn't exactly been a hit fest.
No, actually, it has not. But yeah, she had. Savannah had the most solid hit of the day so far. As a matter of fact,
this one she fouls off.
Matter of fact, Gene, after 3 trips to the plate. Toppers without a hit so far.
Yeah, everything.
Have gotten runners on base every inning. Those all been via walk.
So
Pop up foul territory and
drops in. So trying to make the grab that time was behind the plate was Rachel Norman, and Michaela Guillen was coming in a hurry too, but Rachel called for it, and then she got twisted around. She was just looking up, and then she finally realized she was going to have to flip around to the other side. And by that time, it was too late. So right now, at the plate, Savannah Casados, 2-2 count. Off-speed pitch, throw down to third, and that one's going to get away from the third baseman. So Edwina Martinez, Mike, they actually had the advantage when Rachel Norman came up with the throw. There was plenty of time to get it to third and make the tag, but and there's a ground ball down the third baseline. But anyway, she had plenty of time to make the tag, but except the throw was wide, first of all, so she was going to be safe anyway. And then the ball momentarily got away from Edwina. But the Hilltoppers, they had the opportunity on that one. So, but now there's a runner on third base, and still at the plate is Savannah Casados. There's a high fly ball. That one's going to go deep into the left field up against the fence. He's going to get it extra bases again, and so she got to pull up. So she comes up, she gets there, and she started off in the first inning with a double, and now she comes up here in the bottom of the third inning, and the exact same thing. Another nice double out against the fence, and so that, of course, will bring home Jordan Torres. That makes it a 5-0 ball game. And now at the plate is the first baseman, Gracie Bird. Let me see. No, she's not the first. Well, she's a left fielder. Sorry. Gracie Bird out in left field. She's at the plate and runner on second base. Nice hit. Line drive right to Riley Hernandez, the shortstop.
Got a good piece of that ball, but unfortunately for Gracie, right to the shortstop. She didn't even have to move.
Yeah, right. You'd have to say Riley was in a perfect position. So Gracie goes down. Gracie is the number 8 batter. So in the top of the fourth inning, they'll be starting off with the bottom of the order. But right now, Mike, it's a 5-0 ball game. And the Hilltoppers, well, after the first inning by Espanola, where they got 4 runs, the Hilltoppers have played much better and done a much better job, against the Sun Devils. And of course, we had to change the pitcher. But anyway, they've done a pretty good job of holding them. And in the next 2 innings, they did get 1 run. But Savannah Casados coming up and back-to-back doubles. It's the only double extra bases in this game yet. In fact, we've hardly had any hits, and most of them are walks. And we have a lot of walks. We had one girl hit by the pitch, and she got thrown out trying to stretch it to third.
Yeah, not only she get thrown out, she got decked on the way there. So, but really, yeah, like you said, Gene, Casados two big hits, and in terms of solid contact, that's been about all there was. Just that one, and then the next best hit was probably the line out right there by Gracie Bird in the inning, which would have been. I mean, she hit it hard. She hit it right on the nose. Unfortunately, just for her, right to Riley Hernandez.
Yeah, if she'd have found the gap on that hit, that would have been a really nice single.
Yeah, it would have, and Casados probably scores easily.
So,
but 5-0 ball game for
the
Sun Devil advantage.
And looks like we have Riley Hernandez the shortstop at the plate for Los Alamos. So ground ball right up the middle, and that's going to go out into center field. So first pitch to Riley. So Riley ended the inning, ended the last inning, and now she starts off the top of the fourth inning with a beautiful hit, right ground ball right up the middle out into center field. And so I think that's the first hit of the ball game for Los Alamos.
That is the first hit of the ball game. That is correct. So nice piece of hitting. Send it straight up, back up the box. So Toppers again with their leadoff runner aboard.
That'll bring up Hallie Warwick, and pretty good pitch that time by Ashley, but it goes for a ball. But so far, Mike, with this umpire, a lot of the umpires we see right off the bat, you see what they love. This is fouled off against the screen. Right off the bat, you see what they love. They love the outside corner. And a lot of them like that, but they love the outside corner, or they like the inside pitch, or they want it. They like the low pitch, something. And you see that consistently with every umpire almost we see. But there's he hasn't picked up on any. I haven't picked up on anything that he zings in on. Like you get that kind of a pitch, that's going to be a strike. The other night when we did the game against Pewaukee, and there's a ball, but we did the game against Pewaukee, and the umpire, boy, did he love that outside corner. Wow. And the pitch would come in that baseball game, and boy, those pitchers would just throw it toward that outside corner, and it was a strike every time. Didn't make any difference if it crossed the plate or not.
So. But even if that is the case, the important thing is if it's a strike one time, it's a strike every time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes, exactly. His pitch is high. So Hallie Warwick at the plate for Los Alamos, and 2-2. Is it 2-2?
I think it's 3-2 actually.
3-2. So full count, runner on first. And no golden runner today. And this one's going to be, that was going to hit the plate. So wow, the first two batters for Los Alamos are on. So we have a walk. First, we start things off with a nice single out into center, and that by Riley Hernandez. And so now she moves down to second base on the walk. Hallie Warwick is at first, and here comes the first baseman, Onessa Wiki. So Onessa at the plate, nobody out. 31. This is Isabel Robertson.
Yeah, I think she's pinch hitting. I don't think she's been in, has she? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I think she's pinch hitting. Okay.
What's that?
Hello?
Hello? Okay, yeah, it's working.
All right, I hear you.
Yes, I hear you too.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, I guess we're back on. Awesome. So, well, it's a it's a warm, sunny day here, and we have a table behind the backstop, and we have all our equipment and stuff on the table, and turns out too hot for the phone. So the phone got overheated and shut down. So right now, and then the last inning there was no score by Espanola. They still lead 5-0. We're now in the top of the fifth inning, and the batter was supposed to be Kat Sanchez, but actually now they've brought up Izzy Robertson. And let's see, and so the count, she's the leadoff batter here in the top of the fifth inning, and the count right now looks like 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Robertson, a junior for the Toppers, coming in as the pinch hitter. Not the golden hitter. She's a pinch hitter.
So swing and miss. Whoa.
Rise ball from
Cicada.
And boy, what a game she has had.
Yes.
She's really mowed through the lineup. Only problem she ran into was last inning. First 2 Toppers got on board in the fourth, and she came back and struck out the side.
Yes.
So she's been in full command this entire ball game.
So right now at the plate should be Rachel Norman, and so as soon as we can check and I can see her number.
I believe that is Rachel, and she's
right.
walked both times.
Yeah, right now
that's
appeared. Right. She is the catcher. She started off as a designated hitter, and she was batting for the pitcher, and then, but
that lasted about half an inning.
Yeah, but now she's a catcher, and this one fouled off against the screen, so Rachel Norman at the plate right now for Los Alamos. She will be followed by Danny Bajorquez and then Edwina Martinez. Danny, the center fielder, and Edwina, a third base, but right now at the plate, left-handed batter, Rachel Norman. This one's high. So
full count, I believe.
Yeah, and we have 1 away here in the top of the fifth inning. The high fly ball down to the third base line, foul, and that drops in foul. So there is a mercy rule that if you're up by 10 at the end of 5 innings, but doesn't look like we're in much danger of that yet. But of course, we'll see what happens in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Yeah, still a ways to go, but big first inning by the Sun Devils put them up 4-0, tacked on another run in the third. And meanwhile, and that's the first time they have she go down on strikes. That is the first time that Rachel Norman has been retired in this ball game. So that's 2 away, and that's the 2 more strikeouts. Camille just absolutely piling them on. I think she has 10 now. Is that correct?
I have her for 11.
11 strikeouts. That is something else. And
no, 12 actually. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I got it for at least 12.
Wow, that is, like I said, she has just been absolutely dominant in this game, just giving up the 1 hit so far, that coming in the 4th inning. So, yeah, she has just been very, very tough.
Yeah, Riley Hernandez, the shortstop for Los Alamos, the only one that's gotten a clean hit. And Danny Bajorquez is still at the plate for Los Alamos, center fielder. There's a nice meatball, and she goes for it. This is going to go out into the outfield, just to the outfield grass, and just backing up onto it is a shortstop, and she just moves a little to her right and pulls it in. And so Danny grounds out or flies out to the shortstop. And so that will bring the top of the fifth inning to a close. And so it's still a 5-0 ball game. Hilltoppers down here in this ball game.
So, Gene, here we are in early June. This is not generally when we'd still be playing high school softball.
No.
We would have been over for about 3 weeks now on most seasons, but last year plus has not been most seasons. So Toppers play, I believe, until the 19th of June.
Yeah.
The school year already over, but I believe that is correct. Toppers will play for another couple of weeks here.
Yeah, I think I was talking to Kent Abney, Stephanie's dad, and he was saying something like there's one more Wednesday game and then a couple of Saturday games after that. So he was talking at least 2 weeks.
So yeah. So we'll go well into June before the end of the high school season.
Well, the playoffs go almost to the end of June.
Yes, that is correct. Should the Toppers make it to the softball tournament, that's we're looking to close to the end of June before that's all done with, and baseball same position. Yeah. But regardless, a little bit of a wonky calendar this year. It's good to have everything back, and hopefully everything just continues to get a little bit closer to back to normal.
So while we were trying to get everything back on the air, we kind of lost track of where we were with Espanola. Right now, I have Trinity Ortega.
Yes, that is Trinity. She is up to bat to lead off this bottom of the fifth. Sun Devils up 5-0. If they can they get a big rally and tack on 5 runs, this ball game's over. But so far, Michaela Guillen, who came in the first inning in relief, has been pretty effective so far. Got into a couple of jams, but has only given up 1 run. That's coming in the third. So, good showing for the 8th grader here on the mound today.
Ground ball, that's going to go out into left field. And then scooping it up out there for Los Alamos right now is Hallie Warwick. She brings it in, so they hold Trinity Ortega to the single. And so now coming up will be Jordan Torres. And Jordan Torres at the plate right now. She's the center fielder. They have a runner on first, nobody out. 5-0 ball game here. Espanola up on Los Alamos on a very warm morning. I wouldn't say it's really hot, but it's very warm.
It's warm, and it's going to get warmer. Like we said, yes. It's another game after this, and that is going to be that's going to be nice and toasty warm for everybody out here.
Close. Throw down to first, and boy, that was close. Diving back, just barely making it back too. That time was Trinity Ortega over on first base. She had that little single, and then Jordan Torres is up for Los Alamos, for Espanola. There's a ground ball down to third base. They go to second for 1, do not get 2. So it goes down to. So they get it down. So it goes down to third base, and then so then they make the throw down to second, over to the second baseman, and they pop it over there to to Haley Guillen, and then she makes the throw over to first to Sarah Franca Duke, and so they turn 1, but weren't able to turn 2. As there's a attempt to steal, and the ball. Well, the throw this time from Rachel Norman actually hits the batter, hits the runner, hit her in the leg.
And that's Jordan Torres steals a base. She looks like she's a little shaken up.
Yeah,
And not only did she get hit by the throw, she started her slide a little late into second. She may have jammed her foot as well.
Yeah, and she got whacked pretty good with that throw. It was dead on, like in her upper thigh. So she walks it off a little bit, and so she's ready to go. And so now at the plate right now is Estrella. Let's see, that's Estrella Tenya. Yes.
And Tenya trying to hit a 5-run home run with that swing. huge swing there.
This one's fouled off.
Another big one.
Don't hit me on the head.
No, you're good. You're good.
Fouled off over the screen. Those are the ones I don't like. If they go over the screen and then that's it. If it's coming straight down, I've had it. So, swing and miss. Boy, nice pitch. And that's strike 3. So Estrella Tenda, she goes down. And so that's going to make it 2 outs. And I still have a runner on second. That's Jordan Torres as she got on and then she got on a fielder's choice, essentially. They tried to turn 2, but couldn't turn 2, but they did get the out. They got the runner coming down from first. So right now, and then Jordan Torres goes ahead and steals second. So Savannah Casados, who has 2 doubles in the ball game, and she's whacked them both. The last time she was up, I think the count went full. I mean, there were a lot of pitches, and she kept fouling them off, and she was up there a long time. And finally, she whacks a double. There's down to third base, a hot grounder picked up by the Hilltoppers, a bad throw to first, and so ending up on second base once again. Wow, that should have been an easy out. Savannah Casados gets down to second, and that was a throw by an error by the third baseman on the throw, and she goes in around up to second base. But it was a good play over there by the Hilltoppers by Edwina Martinez. It was a hot grounder, and she just scooped it up, and it should have been an easy play. But the throw to first was wide, and so got away from her, and so then that moved so we had a runner come in and score. That was Jordan Torres. She comes in to make it 6-0, and then Savannah Casados is standing out at second base once again. So the 3 times at bat she had been up. She should have been thrown out on that one, but she got 2 doubles. And there's another ground ball, and this one's going down to the shortstop, Riley Hernandez. Nice play by Riley. Pretty throw over to first as she gets it over there to Onisa Wiki. So they retire Gracie Bird, and she grounds out to the shortstop. But another run for Espanola as they go up 6-0 now on Los Alamos after 5 innings of play. So the time for everybody to put their rally caps on.
It sure is.
I never understood that rally cap thing.
Just a superstition. I have no clue where it came from, but you got your rally caps. I remember a few years ago, if you're a Los Angeles Angels fan, they had the rally monkey. I don't know if you remember the rally monkey.
I know.
I don't know how you can forget the rally monkey.
I wouldn't forget it. I guess I forget. Didn't see the rally monkey.
Oh, well, they had the rally monkey, and then, yeah, just one of those superstitions. But rally cap, if you're a Topper fan, would be a really good thing heading into this top of the 6th inning. But Toppers have just not been able to figure out Camille Hernandez today. She is a dozen strikeouts. That is outstanding command. Just giving up 1 hit so far. Only really had any trouble in 1 inning. That was the top of the 4th. and that's about the time our phone overheated. So other than that, she's really had no problem whatsoever. So coming up to the plate now to lead off this inning for the Toppers is, Dallin Rodriguez is going to step up, and looks like she is going to be called in to pinch hit here. Who was due up? See, I think that Edwina Martinez was actually due up.
Yeah, it was. Well, let's see. I have Haley Gwynn up because let me see. Wait a minute.
No, that's Dallin Rodriguez is up right now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you're right. I have Edwina Martinez should be up, but so right now it's Donnie Rodriguez. Let's see. She goes by Donnie and Daniela.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Daniela Rodriguez, or Daylin actually. Daylin Rodriguez. She played. Of course, she's on the basketball team for Los Alamos, but right now she's at the plate for the Hilltoppers, batting in place of Edwina Martinez. We're in the top of the sixth inning right now, and it's a 5-0 ball game. Or did it go to six? I guess it went to 6-0
now. And nice
strike.
Breaking ball on the outside corner, or the inside corner rather, and that is strikeout number 13.
Yeah.
And just Los Alamos has not been able to figure out Camille at all in this ball game. So coming up to the plate now, let's see who that is.
Should be Riley Hernandez. And
that is Riley. Okay.
Yeah, Riley Hernandez. She's gotten the lone hit in this ball game. So Riley Hernandez is the only one that's really gotten a clean hit and gotten on base. But the Hilltoppers have not been able to bring anybody home so far. This pitch is going to be low and inside. And there's one away. We're in the top of the sixth inning. And so, and Sun Devils up 6-0 on Los Alamos. And of course, they had Sun Devils had a big game up in Los Alamos when they came up to play the Hilltoppers and won that ball game 14-6. But they banged away. They put the bat on the ball plenty of times up there in Los Alamos. So right now, Riley Hernandez, that's a foul. That goes against the screen. There's nobody on, and there's one away. This is the second batter of the sixth inning. Riley Hernandez should be followed by Hallie Warwick. We'll see what Stephanie Abney wants to do here at this point. We've had a couple of pinch hitters come in. This one's going to be Riley's going to. And so, I don't know, Mike, that pitch wasn't what you call a fastball. It was more of not even half speed. It was more than half speed, but Riley she just swung at it like she was. That was the most relaxed swing I've seen in a long time.
That one is foul tipped to the catcher, and Beta holds on for out number 2. So Topper time growing short here for the Toppers. 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Yes, very. So 2 down. And Hallie Warwick, the left fielder for Los Alamos, she should be at the plate right now. And so this pitch is high and inside. What's that number, Mike?
Yes, that is Hallie.
Hallie Warwick.
Hallie senior.
Yep. Number 21. There's a foul ball down the first baseline, and just foul, and just a little to the foul side of first base, and coming over and actually able to make a play with Trinity Ortega, but she moved over trying to get underneath it. She couldn't get underneath it in time, and just kind of hit the top of her glove. So at least at that point, so Hallie Warwick kind of dodged the bullet on that one. Now here's a foul ball over the screen. I hate those. All I can do is hope it doesn't straight down over the screen. But
yeah, if it comes straight down, there isn't a whole lot we can do. We're pretty well nestled in our chairs here. So
yes. And there's a called strike. And that is strike three. And Hallie Warwick gets a Leslie Nielsen from the umpire. All right. He liked that one. And so he gives them their work. So that's 3 up, 3 down, Mike.
Yep. Whoa. And as we swing to the bottom of the 6th inning, so 6-0. There's been the Sun Devils really from the get-go in this one, Gene. So barring the comeback in the 7th inning, that's going to put the Toppers at 2-4 in district play. And boy, with only a handful of ball games left, that's going to be tough to bounce back from.
Yeah, I think so. And it's going to be a real struggle for Los Alamos to make it to the state playoffs. And I don't give them a whole lot of. Well, I'm not real optimistic about it. But on the other side, the baseball team right now is playing very well. They were ranked number 3 in the state last week. What killed them was that they split with St. Pius. They were number 1. Los Alamos number 1, Pius number 2. Pius came to Los Alamos for a doubleheader, and Pius pitcher just shut Los Alamos down, and they mercy ruled the Hilltoppers. And so we have a new pitcher.
We do, and that is the new old pitcher that is
brought her back in.
Kat Pasulka coming back in. Started the game and really struggled in that 1st inning, but they're bringing her back in. Kat, a junior, left-handed pitcher. You don't see a lot of left-handed softball pitchers in the high school ranks.
No,
in fact, I was watching some of the college softball World Series, which is going on right now. I don't think I saw one left-handed pitcher in even the college level, so it's not something you see a whole lot.
No, it's okay. So Catherine Pasulka is back on the mound for Los Alamos. So I guess they took her into the dugout and had her do some stress relief exercises and calm her down.
Yeah, they got the yoga bands. They got the rubber ball that she could squeeze.
The movie I saw last night was a way to relax yourself is just do as many jumping jacks as you can as fast as you can. That's just the guy last night was doing to calm everybody down.
I'm not familiar with that technique.
No, I'm not either, and I don't think I'm going to try it either. So here we go, Mike, in the bottom of the 6th inning, and let's see, at the plate we should have. Let's see, is Haley Guillen.
Haley Guillen, yes, she's the second baseman for the Sun Devils, and to face Pasulka. In softball, Gene, you can actually reinsert a pitcher. That in baseball, obviously, you can't do that, but perfectly fine in softball.
A little short line drive to the sea. And did they get her? Yeah, they got her. Short line drive out to Riley Hernandez, the shortstop, and she scooped it up. I thought the throw was going to be late because the ball didn't have a whole lot on it. It kind of went out there. It was kind of a line drive, but it dropped down and hit the ground way in front of Riley. Riley had to charge in and pick it up. I thought she was going to be late with the throw, but the throw was right there and just in time. So a beautiful throw from Riley Hernandez over to Nessa Wiki. And so they retire the side. So Haley Guillen goes down and grounding out to the shortstop. And then we're at the top of the order now. The catcher, Marissa Beta. Boy, and she has been one unbelievable catcher, Mike. Jeez.
Yeah, very, very solid defensively. And she's got an arm on her too, and she's not a big girl.
No, not at all.
Pretty slight girl, but she very, very solid.
So the next pitch is going to be high. And so I don't know. After every pitch, Marissa walks about halfway to third base, takes a swing with the bat, and then comes back.
And yeah, she keeps looking over at our manager Robert Garcia. He's not even paying attention to her. he was talking to somebody in the dugout.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Supposed to get signals from a Robert, but Robert's busy.
Yeah, he has things to do.
Yeah. And so she draws the walk. So the first batter is retired on a ground out to the shortstop, and then the top of the order, Marissa Abeda, comes up, and she draws a walk. And so, well, let's see. She's been up 4 times. She got on base 3 times, struck out in the second inning, and right now we have the pitcher Camille Hernandez, and this pitch is going to get away from the catcher. And so Rachel Norman chases it down, and while she chases it down, Marissa Beta chases over to second base. So the pass ball puts her on second base, and then Camille Hernandez still at the plate on ball 1 is the count. So left-handed pitcher for Los Alamos right now. Boy, it was a nice pitch. It just floated outside. And, Pasuka is just she's a junior for Los Alamos. And Michaela Guillen, of course, who was pitching for Los Alamos, is only an 8th grader. And this one's going to get through the shortstop and out into left field. So nice little hit on ball coming right over the middle, and a nice little hit this time by Camille Hernandez as she got it through the shortstop and out into left field. And then coming on over to third is Marissa Abeda. And then it's interesting, Mike, Camille Hernandez didn't even stop. She got to first base and just kept going.
Yeah, she didn't even slow down. That was the ball didn't get that far to the outfield, but the throw kind of angled toward third, but like you said, Gene, just didn't even slow down coming around first.
No, she didn't, not at all. And Ashley Cicada is at the plate. The ball gets away from the catcher, Rachel Norman, and Marissa Beta comes sliding in from third. So Marissa Beta picks up the run, and that's going to make it now 7-0 in favor of Espanola. And Ashley Okada still at the plate, but we have a runner on third, and that is Camille Hernandez. But right now it's a 7-0 ball game. So 3 more. Well, mercy rule doesn't matter now, and it doesn't make any difference. Oh, yeah. Well, yes, it does.
Well, whoa. And that one right in the bleachers. Fortunately, nobody's sitting there. That hit pretty hard.
Good thing for COVID.
Yeah. Had we not been social distance, that might have been a problem.
They'd been all packed together. Somebody would have gotten conked with that one. So I guess I have to say thank God for COVID. I guess that's not a good thing to say. Well, anyway, here we go. This one gets away from the catcher again. And so coming in easily to score, right, is Camille Hernandez. So now, Mike, we're looking at 8-0. So if the Sun Devils score, they have 1 out. The Sun Devils score 2 more runs, this ball game's over.
Now, nobody on board,
and Ashley Cicada is still at the plate.
Scoreboard says 2 outs. I don't think there's 2 outs. I've only got 1.
Yeah, the first batter, Haley Gwynn. She grounded out to the shortstop. That was it.
Oh, well, we've lost the scoreboard completely, so no problem there.
I guess it's too hot.
Yeah, it was too hot. It overheated.
Somebody has to go put an umbrella over on the scoreboard. It got too hot and went out. Oh boy, there, Catherine. Boy, she took something off of that one. That was nice. So that 2-strike pitch, and boy, she came across that left hand and just took a little bit off of it. And so taking the swing was Ashley Acicada. So she goes down. Now we have 2 outs. And the Trinity Ortega, the first baseman, is up for Espanola. And Catherine's first pitch is going to float high, so there's nobody on. And it's an 8-0 ball game at the moment. Mercy Rule kicks in at 10, but Espanola is going to have to. They're going to have to get really moving here if they want to get. If they don't want to play another half inning.
You know, you got to save your energy where you can.
Right. Which what it boils down to is that if they don't get 10 runs, then Los Alamos comes up and 3 outs for Los Alamos, and the ball game's over. Unless they bring the rally monkey or the rally dog.
Yeah, bring a rally monkey.
The dugout. Get things going. It's going to be an outside pitch. Look at that. Whoa. She didn't, and that's going to be fair ball. Fair ball as it comes down to third baseline, trying to pick it up. It was right at the bag, and it was fair. And trying to get to it was Edwina Martinez. They went down on her knees to try to get it, and I don't know if it may have hit the bag, but it just, when it got over by Edwina, it just took a hop, and then just went out into foul territory on the left field side. But
that is a base hit.
Yeah.
Even if Edwina comes up with that. Oh, and we had getting way off the bag there was Trinity Ortega. The throw went into first, and they would have had her hung out to dry. So she just took off to second. She makes it.
Yeah, they had her in a pickle. Could have got her in a pickle. And the batter right now is Jordan Torres. And this one's going to be low and in the dirt. Good job that time by Rachel Norman to scoop that one up and keep the runner from advancing. So right out, Trinity Ortega is now down on second base, and Jordan Torres is at the plate.
So actually, game-winning run here at the plate.
A home run would do it.
It would do it. Check the topper outfield there. They're not expecting a home run.
No, they're playing way up. They've been playing way up the entire ball game.
Yeah.
And
in fact, on that, I think Warwick and Riley Hernandez almost could have shook hands there the way she was playing in left field.
Really? And the center fielder, too. I mean, Dana Bajorquez she's way up. I mean, she's way up towards second also. And at the plate, so we now have runners on first and second. So the winning runs are on the bag. And Estrella Tena, the third baseman, is up for Espanola, and she got hit by the pitch, and then after that, that was followed by a double by Savannah Casados. She tried to stretch it from first to third, and it had, like Mike said, a major collision. And so she was thrown out. So,
but Tena, she can come up with an extra base hit here. That might put this one away.
Yes, there's 2 outs. Estrella Tena at the plate for Espanola. I thought that was going to be a nice little slow ground ball to the pitcher, but ends out she got her bat on top of it.
Yeah, it did. The backspin actually took that one foul.
Yes.
Had that not occurred, that would have been probably into the inning.
So this one now is a ball. So we're throw to third. And they didn't even make the throw.
No, I think Trinity just took off on her own.
Yeah, she did.
Nobody, including myself, was paying attention to her.
No.
So.
And this one, here's a walk. So now, Mike, bases are loaded. And
look who we got coming up to bat.
And who's coming up right now? Savannah Casados.
Savannah Casados, who has been the slugger in this ball game.
Yes, she has. She got 2 doubles, and then she and then she got on an errant throw by the third baseman. She grounded down to the third baseman, down to Edwina Martinez, but Edwina's throw over to first to Onessa Wiki was just it was a little wide, so she got on and ended up to second base again. This one hits the ground in front of the plate. Good job by Rachel to stop that one. But we have the bases loaded. We're on the top in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's an 8-0 ball game. 2 runs for Espanola would end this ball game. So swing and miss by Rachel. Boy, I mean Rachel, she was aiming for the baseball field up
exactly
behind the softball field. So the count now should be, and there's a hard ball going to go to Riley Hernandez. She boots it. Here comes a runner up from first. Here comes the runner from third, and this ball game is over.
And that will do it. So
yeah, so they got away. It was out in the gap between short and third, and they got away from Riley Hernandez. And she was trying to chase it down, easily coming in to score right away with Trinity Ortega. She just took off immediately, of course. And then Jordan Torres, they just sent her home too. And so she crosses the plate. So like I said, it was an 8-0 ball game. And I was saying that Espanola was going to have to really turn it on here after they got 2 out, nobody on. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, they heeded your advice and rallied for load the bases, and then Savannah Casados again, big game 1 for her, comes through with a base hit, knocks in 2 runs, and that does it. So for game 1, the Sun Devils win it 10-0, Gene, and for the Sun Devils, for the moment anyway, they improve to 9-6. That is their 3rd win in a row, and they are 4-3 in district play. Toppers drop to 3-10, 2-4 in district play, and like we were saying, unfortunately, that puts the Toppers in a hole, and it will be quite the trick if they're able to climb out of that.
Yeah, I don't see any way that Los Alamos is. I don't see any way. I'm not very optimistic, but all I can see is that Los Alamos is going to finish off the season, and that's going to be it. There's not going to be any postseason for them.
The postseason, it just does not seem very likely at this point.
But the boys are doing well, and right now they're in a doubleheader up on the upper field.
Yeah, we can actually see the outfielders from where we're sitting, and Toppers are batting. That's pretty much all I can tell you.
Yeah,
but the Los Alamos baseball team, very, very solid. And Taylor Drake, last time we saw him, was just lights out on the mound for Los Alamos.
Yeah, we had an interesting game against Milwaukee last Wednesday. We went down to Milwaukee, and their pitcher, I think it was Joel Gonzalez, and boy, we just couldn't hit him at all. And I mean, he just did a fantastic job of pitching. And so after 5 innings, we were down by 1. It was 0-1 after 5 innings. And so then finally the Hilltoppers came up and they had the meat of the order as they came up, and they had Grant Watkins, and then they had Taylor Drake. And so, and you know, the exact batters you'd want. And then, so they came up and then they just got on base right away. And then all of a sudden, Hilltoppers started hitting Joel and ended up putting on 5 runs in the top of the 5th, in the top of the 6th inning. And Espanola, Milwaukee then put another run in the bottom of the 6th, and so ball game ended up 5-2. But boy, for a while I thought this is just going to go to a 0-1 ball game, and that's all there is to it. But Hilltoppers were number 1. They went up against St. Pius. They split with St. Pius, but St. Pius won the first game big. Actually, Mercy ruled Los Alamos. Hilltoppers won the second one. So we weren't sure at that point what that was going to do to the rankings. They were 1 and 2. So we thought, okay, are Los Alamos going to stay in first, or are they going to flip? And before they had a chance to do any of that, the Hilltoppers decided to go up to West Las Vegas and lose.
Yeah, it really negated any debate there. So
Yeah,
but in any event, the Toppers, like we're saying, playing very good ball right now. Should win the district. It looks like without too much trouble.
yeah, they're way ahead. I think they're 5-0 right now.
I believe that is correct. So, excellent chance for the Toppers to win the district, advance to the playoffs. Unfortunately, for softball team, has just not been able to get it going in this very strange 2021 season.
Yeah, very odd.
Like you said, and I don't. As I've said since the beginning of sports started coming back around, you can't judge any coach in the state based on this year.
No, you can't. And then of course we were broadcasting. We started in as soon as they started up the sports, we started. We were able to, thanks to Carol Clark and the Los Alamos Daily Post and Nate Limback and John McHale, we were able to put this system together. And so we started broadcasting, but we were broadcasting football one night and the next night basketball. Then the following Tuesday, soccer, and then volleyball. So
yeah, and 3 weeks later we're doing baseball, so that just doesn't just not something you see very often. So.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, Mike, that's going to do it for us. So, what are your final thoughts here?
Well, it pretty much boiled down to a couple of ladies for the Sun Devils this morning. Camille Hernandez on the mound, a sophomore, and very impressive. That was very difficult to hit. She was hitting her spots very well. When she was throwing the hard stuff, the Toppers just could not catch up with it. So huge showing on the mound for her. And then at the plate, Savannah Casados, boy, she came through with anytime the Sun Devils got runners aboard, it seemed like she was the next batter, and she came through. A couple of doubles in this ball game, and then the game-winning base hit. So, just a couple of really and Casados, by the way, also a sophomore. So we're gonna see almost all of these Sun Devils again next year. Which and they're pretty solid to begin with. Very young team, like I said, and they're going to be good for a while.
Yeah, when we were talking about there were 2 outs and there was nobody on. It was an 8-0 ball game, and then the bases loaded, and then we were sitting here looking at our scorebook, and Estrella Tena, she walked, and then the next batter, like, oh my God, Savannah Casados, the best hitter of the day. She comes up with the bases loaded, and she whacks one out into essentially just to the outfield grass behind the third base, and Ryder Hernandez could not get to it. So 2 runs come in, and that's it. So the 10-0 ball game. Okay, Mike. Well, not sure when we'll be back. I guess we'll be back on, I'm sure, next Wednesday, probably doing baseball. So hope you can make it.
Well, we'll see what happens. But no, a lot of fun as always, of course, Gene. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better day than today for baseball or softball. Like a little on the warm side, and that's going to continue. That's why we decided to do the first the first game. Second game is going to be mighty warm. Mighty warm.
When I went to Pewaukee the other day, it was an afternoon game at 4:00, and they put us. I mean, they told us where to go, and it was right in front of what would have been the concession stand, and they didn't have the concession stand, so I was right behind home plate, raised up there were about 5 or 6 bleachers in front of me. Boy, I had an unbelievable angle at that field, and then they had the overhang for the concession stand. So, and I mean, I was in broadcast heaven. So that's it for us. So I want to thank Carol Clark of the Daily Post for making all this possible, and Nate Limback and John McHale, and getting together with Carol and putting this system together. We really do appreciate it. It makes it possible for me and then Mike, my buddy Mike, to come down here and do these games for you. And sorry, we seem to have some kind of a little technical something every ball game. I couldn't believe that this time it was the phone got too hot. That's the first. Anyway, so we had to cool the phone off. Like Mike said, we should have brought a cooler and some ice. We could have dropped it in there and thrown some rice in at the same time. Anyway, but so anyway, Mike, thank you for joining us here today, and so that's going to do it. The Hilltoppers go down 10-0 to Espanola, and so have a nice weekend, everybody. And you can make it an even better weekend. All you got to do is put a little love in your heart. Don't forget to hug your penguin, but the most important thing you can always do is just be excellent to each other. And I miss you, sweetie pie, a lot. Bye-bye.